Hello, this is Sayat here, and welcome back to Model Kit Monday. Today we'll be taking a look at the Gundam Build Divers, High Grade Build Divers 000 Gundam 00 Diver. Now this kit was released in April 2018 for the low price of 1,000 yen, which means if you picked it up from places like AmiAmi, like I did, it was about 800 yen. And really, the thing I should preface before we get into this, there's a reason why this kit's only 1,000 yen. In series, the 00 Diver base unit here is used for a couple episodes, but very quickly, Riku, the Gunpla builder and mobile suit pilot, gives the 00 Diver the Ace Pack unit, which was recently released a little while ago, here in May of 2018. And really, at this point, I would say don't bother just getting the base 00 Diver, because there is a 00 Diver plus Ace. I think it's 00 Diver Ace is the official kit name, but it is this kit plus the 00 Diver's Ace Pack in one box, and you get a special forehead gem, which fixes one of the major issues of this kit, which we'll look at shortly. Of note, I do have them on the Diver Gear base, which is a separate item that I reviewed last week. So anyways, the 00 Diver is naturally, of course, a modification of the Gundam 00 from Gundam 00. Very much so, the Riser Pack's equivalent for this is the Ace unit. So this is the standard 00 modified and upgraded. In series, it was done from a kit bash of several other kits. In toy form, it basically is the 00 with a bunch of extra parts, new pieces. Now, due to that, you do get a lot of extra parts in the box, which I thought was surprising, considering how cheap the kit was. But then again, it's based on the old 00, so you get kind of all that older armor pieces. You can just do whatever you like with. So I think that's pretty nice, that you do get a lot of extra parts with this kit. So, without further ado, let's take a little bit closer look at the 00 Diver. We're going to take a look at the head. The head's probably the point of contention for a lot of people for one major reason. And that is because the piece that you see there with the red is actually a sticker. Now the sticker is there because the piece goes through the back of the head is green. There's a black sticker there. This was to save parts on runners, but yeah, the green part there was molded with the green parts on the side of the head. So because of that, it kind of leaves to have a sticker over a green piece. Now, what's cool about the version of this with the Ace unit, and why I recommend it, is because it comes with a separate runner that's the same parts as the sides of the head and the middle piece, and it's actually done in all red, so you can mix the two and get the perfect look. There are stickers on the side of the face there, which I thought was kind of like a weird place to put them, and of course the eye sticker as well. I'm definitely going to be doing a panel line wash on this guy, just because, you know, he could really use the added detail. Of note, there are stickers that go underneath those clear pieces. I did not apply on mine, and so because of that, there is a little bit of weirdness with some blue showing through, but you have that. What's really cool about this kit is that both weapons actually do store on the waist, much like with the original 00. But yeah, overall, I think that the design works really well for what it is. Now, what is one of the most confusing things is that there's, I think it's just left over from the 00, but basically with this part here, if I just pull this out, you can see there's this nice green circle that is completely covered by the hand unit. So that's kind of odd. Then you also have the circle, the clear circle on the elbow piece. So it's kind of an interesting field. Also, this part is on a polycap ball joint, which I thought was interesting. Now, one thing I will complain about this kit, you do get two beam sabers. These are removable. They use the older style beam sabers. Again, this is based on the 00 from 10 years ago. It doesn't come with any beams, and I don't have any beams that actually fit this because I don't have some of those older kits. So that's kind of a downside. But yeah, so he's got extra weapons, but there's no added, you know, weaponry there. Going through the articulation, his head, it's on a double ball joint polycap, so you get some good movement. A little restricted by the collar piece a bit, but not too bad. You've got the shoulder pieces here. These fold out. These are on ball joints on the backpack area. So that's actually pretty well robust there, which I think is nice. Plus the GN drives as well. You can see the clip there. That's for the Ace Pack. But you can move these around, which is pretty nice. You can swing forward if you want to use them as shields. That's what I do like about both the build divers and the build fighters line. Everything's customizable. The shoulders actually move forward, while on ball joints they move out. A swivel. It's got kind of a double jointed elbow. Plus the wrist actually has this joint that moves back and forth, as well as the ball joint. So you get some good range there. You've got a ball joint at the waist and a torso joint that works pretty well. Hips, the skirt pieces move out of the way. The hips move all around, and he's got a nice, really solid double joint with some nice sliding panel action, as well as a foot that moves left and right, up and down, and then this piece as well is ball jointed, so it gets out of the way. But overall, articulation's pretty solid on this guy, and I think that overall he looks pretty good. The only problem that we get to, and this is, again, why I recommend just waiting for the set with the Ace pack already included, is we get to the weapons. So the Double O Diver comes with 2 GN Sword 2s. Now these are basically the GN swords from the Gundam 00, except slightly modified, I think, in the blade part. Actually, no, I think they're literally the same as the 00. I kind of have a weird standing with the 00 because I never actually built a high-grade 00, just a real grade. So they're not the same parts, but they look the same. So because you are basically stuck with the same weapons as the 00, there's not a whole lot of options here. I've always did like how the GN swords actually did have the gun mode in addition to the sword mode. But there is one problem with this kit, is that these are really loose. Even with the full handle there, they kind of fall out easily. Which, yeah, kind of a bummer. They hold in better in the gun trigger mode, but it's kind of like you have to wedge it in really far. So to accommodate the fact that this kit only comes with base weapons, they actually included a nice assortment of hands. First up, we got 2 splayed open hands, which, I mean, these are good for posing. Since I usually pose the 00 Diver with both GN swords at a time, really not a whole lot of use these, but these are actually kind of handy for other kits. We have these hands with trigger fingers, which are from the RX-78 Revive, and they're incredibly large. They're actually bigger than the other hands, so these look kind of weird. And then you get 2 hands that look pretty much identical to the base hands he's already got. So I don't really know what their inclusion is. The intention behind the extra hands is so you can actually get this guy into build custom kind of stuff, weapons, and etc. Because of that, there actually was a campaign going on for the launch of Build Divers. I think it was if you bought the 00 Diver, the Grimoire Red Beret, or the GM Beammaster. I think any of those 3 got campaign items, at least at AmiAmi. So I did get one. I got the Campaign Parts D, which I did want to show off briefly, which is a giant cannon. It's a giant gray cannon. Now, I would put it in the 00 Diver's hands, except none of his hands really fit it that well, which is kind of a shame. But you can actually kind of work it. I'd say don't try to use this thing with just 1 handle. Definitely use 2. But yeah, really cool. The handle does come off if you did want to swap it around like this. But yeah, it's a pretty neat little thing there. You get this little weird thing. This plugs in 4 beam sabers, and then you have it as a handle. This is the same concept. 3 beam sabers. Here's a backpack connector, so you can connect up other things. They show it is used for the Scramble Gundam. Here's some parts that can be used for the Master Gundam's wings. You know, there's a lot of other things you can use them for. It's just they're kind of very specific. But the oddest and probably the most intriguing are 2 of these. These are new shoulder joints. Now these shoulder joints here, actually, you can plug in 3 Gunpla standard polycap ball joint arms into these. So you have a 6-armed Gunpla, which I'm really curious to see how that looks, actually. Now I present to you the most ludicrous thing you will see on Model Kit Monday. Hopefully. The scary part is that Bandai could make something more insane as an official kit. These are weird parts, and this review completely derailed. But here we are. I don't even know what I've made. What have I even become? Overall, the Gundam 00 Diver is not a bad kit. It's just one that needs some improvement. So if you're somebody that just wants the base kit because, you know, you want Gundam 00 Diver, then yeah, I guess so. Really, at this point, if you haven't already ordered a 00 Diver, you might as well just wait for the set that comes with the Ace unit. It's just going to overall be a better experience, I think. Personally, myself, I'm going to be buying the Ace unit because I really want something else to do with this guy besides just 2 swords. And overall, I think that, yeah, it's a really solid kit, and I like the introductory pricing thing, but I don't feel like this was as good of a deal as the Gundam Barbatos was, which also did an introductory pricing thing. That at least, you know, came with like 2 completely different weapons. It was a whole new mold. This is something that, you know, if you never had a 00 at any kind, you're really, actually, probably in a better spot than me. Having the real grade 00, I also can see how they'd make a real grade 00 Diver really easily. But yeah, overall, I think it's a great kit, and yeah, I just recommend getting the version of the Ace unit, or just buying both this and the Ace unit at the same time. The point is, don't just get this kit, and I think that was the entire purpose, because Bandai are evil geniuses, and they know how to make model kits. Also, as a side note, he has a little piece here that plugs into the waist piece to cover up the peg for the stand, so that's pretty neat. So that does it for this week on Model Kit Monday. Let me know what you want to see in the future. I have a lot of other Gunpla. Just off the bat, I have the AZ Gundam, the H2 Magnum, I've got the Green Haro, which are the 3 more recent kits, and I've got some older Turn A kits, so you probably will see some in the future. I've definitely got enough to keep me going for a few weeks without any stopping. Plus, I got a good little backlog in the back that I haven't reviewed, so definitely stay tuned because Model Kit Monday will hopefully be consistent every week now. Also stay tuned on the channel for other Gundam videos. I'm kind of planning to do some other stuff that may be non-model kit related, but Gundam related in general, because I do like me some Gundam stuff. And yeah, so stay tuned for more in the near future, and yes, I was right. It's the same exact GN sword. So, there's that. Anyways, till next time, it's the Sound saying goodbye.